Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome back to the show. You are listening to Pod Studio, and I am so happy you are joining us today. My name is Alex.
And I'm Emma. Hi, everyone. It's great to be here in the studio again. How are you doing today, Alex? You look a little bit tired, if I'm honest.
Wow, is it that obvious? You're right, Emma. I've had a very long week. Actually, that's perfect because today we are talking about something that I am feeling right now. Work stress.
Ah, the famous work stress. It happens to the best of us. Today on Pod Studio, we want to talk about this in very simple English. We want to help our listeners find the right words to talk about how they feel at the office or at their jobs.
Exactly. This is such an important topic because almost everyone feels stressed at work sometimes. If you can explain your feelings, you can get help, or at least feel better by sharing it with a friend.
I agree. It's not just about the work itself, but how we talk about it. So if you're listening at home or maybe on the bus after a long day, just relax. Don't worry about difficult grammar today. We're just going to have a natural chat.
Before we start, if you want more fun English podcasts like this, hit the subscribe button right now and join our English learning family.
It really helps us grow.
Take a deep breath, everyone. Let's dive in. Emma, when I say the word stress, what is the first thing that comes to your mind?
For me, it's the feeling of having too much to do and not enough time. My heart starts to beat a little faster, and I start to worry about deadlines. A deadline is the time or date when you must finish something. When I have 3 deadlines in one day, I feel very stressed.
That's a great example. I feel that too. Sometimes I feel overwhelmed. That's a big word, but it just means that I feel like I am underwater, like there is too much work and I can't breathe.
Overwhelmed. I like that word. It sounds exactly like it feels, like a big wave of water hitting you. So when you feel overwhelmed at Pod Studio, what do you usually do?
Well, first, I try to talk to my boss, but sometimes that's hard. I don't want to look weak. I want to look like I am a good worker. Do you ever feel like you have to pretend everything is okay?
Oh, all the time. I think many people do that. We put on a brave face. That means we pretend to be happy or calm even when we are worried inside. But lately, I've realized that being honest is better. If I tell my manager I have too much on my plate, they usually understand.
Too much on my plate. That's a funny expression. We aren't talking about food, right?
No, not food. It means I have too many tasks or responsibilities. Imagine a dinner plate. If you put meat, potatoes, salad, bread, and a whole cake on one plate, things start to fall off. Work is the same.
That makes sense. I have definitely had a full plate this week. I had to write 3 scripts, record 2 interviews, and fix the lights in the studio. By Wednesday, I was burnt out.
Burnt out. That's a very common phrase these days. Can you explain what that feels like for you?
It feels like a candle that has finished burning. There's no more fire, no more energy. When I am burnt out, I don't care about my work anymore. I just want to sleep for a week.
I think many of our listeners feel that way, especially if they work in big offices or busy hospitals. It's that feeling when you wake up on a Monday morning and you just think, I can't do this today.
Exactly. And it's not just because the work is hard. Sometimes it's because of the workload. That just means the amount of work you have to do. If the workload is too heavy, the stress grows.
You know, Alex, I noticed that stress doesn't just stay at the office. It follows me home. I'm sitting on my sofa, trying to watch a movie, but I'm thinking about my emails. Does that happen to you?
Every single night. It's hard to switch off, that's how I describe it. Like a light switch, you want to turn off the work part of your brain, but the switch is broken.
Switch off. I love that. I need to find my switch. Sometimes I find that venting helps. Do you know that word?
I've heard it, but maybe you can explain it for everyone listening.
Sure. Venting is when you talk to a friend or a family member and you just let all your angry or sad feelings out. You aren't looking for a solution, you just want someone to listen while you say, my boss was mean today, or the computer broke again.
Oh, I do that a lot with my wife. I come home and I vent for 20 minutes. After that, I feel much lighter. It's like letting the steam out of a boiling pot of water.
Exactly. It's very healthy. But we have to be careful not to vent too much, or our friends might get tired.
That's true. It's a balance. Speaking of balance, people always talk about work-life balance. To be honest, I think that is very difficult to achieve.
I agree. Work-life balance means spending enough time on your job, but also enough time on your personal life, like hobbies, family, and rest. But sometimes work takes 80% and life only gets 20%.
In some cultures, people work very long hours. They stay at the office until 8 or 9 p.m. To me, that sounds like a recipe for disaster.
A recipe for disaster. That means something that will surely end badly. And you're right, if you stay at the office until 9 p.m. every day, you won't have a life, you'll just have a desk.
I used to have a job where my boss sent me messages on Saturdays. My phone would ping while I was at the park with my dog. I felt so much pressure to answer.
That's the worst. Pressure is that feeling that you must do something right now, and if you don't, something bad will happen. It's like a heavy weight on your shoulders.
How do you handle pressure, Emma? You always seem so calm here at Pod Studio.
Well, thank you. I try. I use a to-do list. It's very simple. I write down everything I need to do. When I see it on paper, it looks smaller. It doesn't stay big and scary in my head.
I try that, but then I lose the list. For me, taking a short break is the best way. Even just 5 minutes to walk away from my computer and drink some water.
That's actually a very good tip. Some people call it clearing your head. It means you stop thinking about the problems for a moment so your brain can rest. When you come back, the problem often looks easier to solve.
I also think we need to learn how to say no. This is very hard for me. If a coworker asks, "Alex, can you help me with this project?" I always say yes, even if I am already overwhelmed.
I am the same. We call people like us people pleasers. We want everyone to be happy with us. But saying yes to everyone means saying no to our own health.
That's a deep thought, Emma. Saying yes to everyone means saying no to our own health. I need to remember that. It's okay to say, "I would love to help, but I don't have the capacity right now."
Capacity. That's a good word. It's like how much space is in a container. If my work capacity is full, I can't take any more tasks. It's a polite way to say I am too busy.
Let's talk about coworkers for a minute. Sometimes the work isn't the problem, but the people are. Have you ever worked with someone who makes you feel stressed?
Oh, definitely. I once had a colleague who was a micromanager.
Oh no, a micromanager is the worst. For our listeners, a micromanager is a boss or a leader who wants to control every tiny detail of what you do. They don't trust you to do your job.
Yes, he would stand behind me and watch me type. He would ask, "Why did you use that word?" Or "Why did you send that email at 10:05 instead of 10 o'clock?" It made me so nervous I couldn't focus.
That creates a toxic environment. That's a phrase we use to describe a workplace that is very negative or unhealthy, like poison.
Exactly. In a toxic environment, people don't help each other. They compete or they complain all the time. It makes the work stress much worse.
I think it's important for our listeners to know that if they're in a toxic environment, it's not their fault. Stress is often caused by the system, not the person.
That's very true. Sometimes the best way to handle work stress is to perk up your workspace. Make it nice. I have a small plant on my desk and a picture of my cat. It sounds silly, but it helps me feel more at peace.
It's not silly at all. I have a very comfortable chair. If my body feels good, my mind feels a little better too. But sometimes physical things aren't enough. Sometimes we need a mental health day.
A mental health day. I love that we are talking about this more now. In the past, people only took a day off if they had a cold or a fever, but now it's okay to take a day off because your brain is tired.
Right. You don't have to be sick in the traditional way. If you feel like you are going to explode from stress, taking one day to stay in bed, read a book, or go for a walk can save you from being burnt out later.
I think some people feel guilty about that, though. They think, my coworkers are working hard, I should be working too.
That guilt is part of the stress, but if you don't rest, you will eventually become unproductive. That means you're working, but you aren't actually getting anything done because you were too tired to think.
I've been there. I sit at my desk for 4 hours and I only write one sentence. That is a big sign that I need a break.
So let's summarize some of these feelings. We talked about being overwhelmed, which is feeling like there is too much to do. We talked about being burnt out, which is having no energy left. And we talked about pressure.
And don't forget underappreciated. That's another one. Sometimes we work very hard, we do a great job, but nobody says thank you. That can be very stressful too.
Yes, feeling like your work doesn't matter. Underappreciated. It's a long word, but it just means people don't see your value.
So, Alex, if one of our listeners is feeling stressed right now, what is one simple thing they can do?
I think the first step is to acknowledge the feeling. Just say to yourself, I am stressed, and that is okay. Don't fight the feeling. Once you know you are stressed, you can start to look for why.
That's very wise. And then maybe talk to someone. Like we said, venting can help. Or talk to a manager if they are a good leader. You can say, I want to do a good job, but my workload is a bit too heavy right now. Can we look at my priorities?
Priorities, that's a key word. Priorities are the things that are the most important. If you have 10 tasks, maybe only 2 are really important today. The others can wait.
Exactly. What is the priority is a great question to ask your boss. It shows you want to work hard, but you want to work on the right things.
You know, Emma, I feel less stressed just talking about this with you.
Me too. That's the power of conversation. It's why we love doing Pod Studio. We get to talk about real life.
Before we finish, I wanted to ask you about perfectionism. Do you think trying to be perfect causes stress?
Oh, 100%. I'm a perfectionist. I want everything to be 100% right every time. But the truth is, nobody is perfect. When we try to be perfect, we create our own stress.
I heard a saying once, done is better than perfect.
I love that. It means it's better to finish the task, even if it has a small mistake, than to never finish it because you're trying to make it perfect.
That is a great lesson for English learners too. Don't wait until your English is perfect to speak. Just speak. It's okay to make mistakes.
Exactly. If you wait for perfection, you will be very stressed and you will never talk. Just like at work, good enough is often actually very good.
We've covered a lot today, from micromanagers to work-life balance. I hope our listeners feel a bit more comfortable using these words now.
I hope so too. Remember, words like overwhelmed, workload, and burnt out are very common. Using them makes you sound very natural.
And don't forget to switch off after you finish this podcast. Put your phone away, go for a walk, or just sit quietly for a minute.
Great advice, Alex. I think I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to go get a cup of tea and not think about any deadlines for at least an hour.
That sounds like a plan. Well, everyone, we are coming to the end of our talk today. It's been so nice sharing these thoughts with you.
It really has. Work is a big part of life, but it isn't everything. Your health and your happiness are much more important than any job.
Very true. Thank you for listening to Pod Studio today. We really appreciate you spending your time with us.
Yes, thank you. It's always a pleasure to help you on your English journey. We'll be back soon with another topic to help you learn in a natural, easy way.
Keep practicing, keep talking, and most importantly, try to take it easy on yourself. You're doing a great job.
Bye, everyone. See you next time.
Goodbye. Take care.